Hey, you there! Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Noxus map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northeastern side of the map, and we'll end with Team 2 on the southwestern side of the map. We'll take a look at Team 1's frontline player in the southwest, and then go clockwise. We have in lightish red pink. That is lightest red pink. He is Squealer, playing as a 1200 as a Cybran. To his north in light oak tan, he's a cool dude. He's playing as a UEF. He is a 1300. Must be really cool in this icy environment. To his northeast, we have in Batman Gray. It is active backlash, playing as a Cybran. He is a 1600. Highest rate play on Team 1 and in the game overall. To his east in orange color orange, it is Shalongdus, playing as a Cybran as well. He is a 1400. And rounding out Team 1, we have in Rust. We have as a UEF is Nam Plam, playing as a UEF. He is a 1400. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have a 2 UEF, 3 Cybran, 0 Aeon, and 0 Seraphim. Taking a look at Team 2's middle player first in the northeast-ish, and then we'll go clockwise as well. We have in Stitch Blue, it is Composite, playing as an Aeon. He is an 1100. To his south in Chevy Crimson, we have the Seraphim of Off Kilter. He is a 1300. To his southwest, we have in Ruby Red, it is Legend Lore 2, playing as a Cybran. He is a 1500. He's actually tied for the highest rated player on his team with his next door neighbor to the north of Sai Zalwan. He is in Glow in the Dark Green as a UEF, again as a 1500. And last but not least, for Team 2, we have in Snow White, blending in with his environment. Definitely interesting name, of course. It is Sock Full of Kids. He is a 1300, again, as an Aeon. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 1 UEF, 1 Cybran, 2 Aeon, and 1 Seraphim. So all the factions are represented on Team 2 side of the map and in the game. And Team 1 is lacking the Aeon and the Seraphim factions, but they do have a lot of Cybran and a little bit less UEF. And for these 10 players on this map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at almost 14,000 mass in reclaim, so about 1.4k mass per player. Major clumpages are here and here, as well as there's another clumpage there and there. So actually just most of it right where those 4 little circles are. That's really about it. Pretty much most of the reclaim is essentially in this kind of southeastern corner, which I don't expect there to be that much action in the southeastern corner just because of this big giant mountain range mask looking thing. You have like eyes here and a mouth here, but there are some quad mix positions on either side, so we'll see some action maybe on that side of the map. Mainly probably just air, but I wouldn't be surprised if both teams just build AA here and AA here and then just call it a day, forcing both of the air forces to kind of go more towards the center of the map. Same thing in the northwest, but even more so where there's less mexes up here as well. A couple of, one-off mexes dotted in these little cave bay thingies, but huge sections of the map that are just useless for these players. Taking a look at other mix locations for players to go, we have quad mix positions in the northwest, and there are a splattering of mixes, of course, right here next door to Off Kilter. There's also a tri-mix position here as well. So there are mixes to grab. There's not a huge amount, but there is enough to get everybody started and up and running. We do see Team 1 and Team 2's comms going for gun upgrades and T2 upgrades. Team 2's composite going for that upgrade. Sock Full of Kids going for range, and gun damage and range going for cool dude. In terms of other players' movements, we do see Team 1 Squealers here, so it'll at least be 1v1 here. We see active backlash for Team 1. Looks like he's going straight down this route. He can either go left or right, or in our indications, his right and his left. We do see Team 2's Saizal is northward, so if Team 1 spots that, he might go north to make it a 2v2. In terms of the eastern side, we do see some movement outbound from Manplam and Off Kilter, but they haven't really moved to the middle map as of yet. And in the southwest, we do see Team 2's Legend Lore hanging out in his base, and we do see Team 1's Shalongdus hanging out in his base. So both of the air players, the corner players, are doing what they normally do, sit there, hang out, build up their air forces and build up their facilities and whatnot, and start to bombard their opponents either air to ground or air to air. We do see gun started here for Squidder, progressing pretty nicely, already at 50% there. Gun damage and range done here for Cool Dude. He's pushing a little bit, and speed coming online for a sock full of kids in the southwest direction. We do see Saizon again is here. He's not assisting in any way. He's just kind of hanging out, taking in the views. We do see Team 1's active backlash isn't that close that I thought he would be, but again, not super far away where he couldn't respond. We do see sock full of kids going for advanced range, and now we see Saizon is assisting that upgrade to try to get that little Aeon Sniper Commander online. Team 2, again, only has access to the Aeon faction. Team 1 does not, so they're the only ones that can go Aeon Sniper Commanders. And we do see some Aurora being one-tapped by Cool Dude because he does 200 damage now with his main gun, and Aurora only have 155 hit points. So one tap on those units very nicely. We do see sensor package now coming online for composite in the middle of the map. This is what he can see right now, and then that's what he can see now. So lots more vision available to not only himself but his teammates as well. Transport dropped off some units from Team 2's Legend Lord to cause a Nestle harassment campaign on Namplam. Transport still sending units northward. Looks like it's all engineers on board. He might try to build some Team 1 PD in his opponent. Actually, no, he's going to drop it short, dropping them off here. Looks like he's going to have 2 land facility invasions. Looks like he actually dropped the engineers off, built the facility, picked them back up, and then moved them. Team 1 PD is being built to secure the area. We have radar system as well to give some intelligence for the PD to use it. We do see Team 1 has noticed that, and they're going to deal with that shortly. But no com action as the caster has detected as of yet. Active backlash gun done. Going for stealth now. Nano repair starting for off kilter. Getting it sooner rather than later. I do like it. Team 1's Squealer also going for nano. He had to build stealth. And we do see Team 1's active. He is just flying through those upgrades. Even with it being +1, which I can probably slow down at this point. That is still pretty fast. He's focusing, I think, most of his eco in air upgrades in terms of T2 to T3, and of course building pigeons and just his comm, and maybe just building, you know, engineers for build power and whatnot, but really focusing on his comm. I wouldn't be surprised if he sends it this way. We do see the walls are closing on the western side, and he is going to move that way soon once he is done with the upgrade, which he is now done. Nano repair at 30-something% here for Team 2's off kilter. How are those land invasions going? Well, I mean, they tried, but T2 mobile missile launchers, nice little flapjacks, some pancakes. Gonna just pancake Team 2's efforts. Southeastern corner, a little bit more progress. We do see a couple of Medusa. Actually, no, those are Medusa raining in on some units. These strikers could easily engage, but doesn't look like they're moving into. It looks like the comm has seen them now, and he's gonna send the forces in and be done with it. It is gonna drive a lot of his attack power away from the middle of the map here, but Team 2's off kilter isn't taking advantage as of right now, so it's nothing too worrisome. But we do see Squealer is sending forces southward to cover anyway, so it wouldn't be a running over in any degree. Team 2 T3 air is almost done. T3 air is done. Apologies for Saizon to the north. So 2 air players for each team, it looks like. T3 air is done, and T3 air will soon be done. So 2 T3 air headquarters is coming online for both teams. Means a lot of air. And I would not be surprised if one of the 4 of them tries to go for an early bomber with T3 strap bomber, specifically nano repair, almost done for Squealer. We have Saizon, no upgrades on board. Advanced range done for Sockful of Kit, so he's Aeon Sniper active, but no other upgrades on board as of yet. And looks like TMD is going to be built to prevent any sort of TAC missile snipes from Team 1. Looks like Saizon's actually going to head back to base, at least in some degree. At least he's going to get underneath some shield just in case some funny business happens from Team 1. But it's very much just a hangout, build headquarters, build some units, maybe scout a little bit. There hasn't really been a lot of action. And literally, as I say that, Team 1's active backlash is inbound. And Sockful of Kids and active backlash are going to be the recipients of the first damage, or at least Sockful of Kids is. It looked like he wasn't engaged in the comm, probably just because he couldn't see him on radar because of the stealth. Now on visual contact, he can see him. And Cool Dude is inbound to assist. And he's now taking some damage from Sock Full of Kids. That range upgrade really helping out in keeping Team 1's commanders back for now, but it's not really fully rushing the comm yet for Team 2's Sock Full of Kids, but he's trying to do as much damage as he can just to maybe say, hey, don't come this way. I'm going to try to drive you into the grave as soon as possible. Whaler inbound from Team 1, focusing on the units nearby. Overcharging kills off a couple of other units. And we have more Obsidians, the T2 heavy tank, coming online for Team 2 Sock Full of Kids. That will allow him to escape. Some nice grab there. But he has lost a lot of not momentum. It was kind of stagnant for the most part anyways. But it's just, he is losing territory. He's lost that quad mech position. Not looking too hot for Team 2, at least on the western side. But who knows? Active Backlash might get sniped by Team 2. We will see. My dog had a fit about something going on. It sounds like my wife took care of it, but very loud barking. Anyway, we do see some more movement outbound from Squealer. Team 1 taking a little bit more aggressive approach now. They were kind of hands-offish. Most of them actually were hands-offish at this point. But at this point, it looks like Team 1, at least in some degrees, are pushing in. We do see Cool Dude, walking back and forth, not really staying on the front line, but is kind of there just in case. Can actually, sub in for active just in case. Unless he gets really blitzed down. Southeastern side, looks like maybe a couple of engineers just reclaiming. It's really just a peaceful time. Forces inbound from Team 2's off-kilter are moving in to assist the defense of Composites front line. Squealer has gun nano. He's going to get 1-star vet. It's just going to happen because there it is. Units are inbound. They're mainly T1s, but we do see some Ilshis mixed in there. We love to see the Ilshis. My favorite T2 land unit in the game. We do see Shield coming online for Sock Full of Kids for Aeon Sniper. Mini tanks coming online. Squealer dropping hit points. T2 PD are underneath the shielding. And, of course, those Obsidians really taking those shots as much as possible. Squealer's going to drop 6,000 hit points or so. He does have nano, which is helping a lot, but now he's dropping to about 4,400. Now we're dropping below 25. That's not looking good. I think he's out of PD range, it looks like. And he's back up into the yellow now with some nice 2-star vet. Tac missile started for Cool Dude to the west, and now he's subbed in for Active Backlash, who is falling back. He's now actually back up to almost full HP, so it doesn't take much long to get that nano upgrade on to really pumping out. We do see Shield almost done for Team 2 Sock Full of Kids. And the eastern side, still really nothing happening over here. I mean, it's pretty much just barren. So we'll see if there's any action this way. It might just happen over here and here, but this might be a point where if one team takes advantage of this kind of just hanging out, kind of lull activity, they could just charge in with an experimental or a large T3 force and just punch a huge section out of the other side. So we'll keep an eye on that, but for the most part, there's really nothing happening yet. In the west, we do see Shield heavy now started for Sock Full of Kids, so he's going to go for Aeon Sniper Tank, or Tanky Tank. No that upgrades for Team 2. Nope, just more air for both Sizoan and Legend Lore. Team 1's regular slot players, same thing. Actually, a little bit less air for Shalongdus, which is surprising. He's upgrading his mexes now. And we see a little bit more air. So Team 2 really just pumping out as much air as possible. Not as much up here to the north, but really Legend Lore is really starting to expand out and get those ASFs and maybe gunships flying around. We see Nano Repair starting on board Cool Dude's comm. He is underneath some shield coverage. Love to see it. Of course, has Nano. But he does have Missile, which is interesting. He didn't go for T2. I guess he wants to stay alive a little bit longer. If he falls back, maybe he'll swap that out for T2. Or T3, but we will keep an eye on that. Gun started for Legend Lore. Looks like he's going to try to help out as much as he can on that western side. Looks like it's a little bit of a weaker side for Team 2. Missiles are inbound. Is there Team D already? There already is Team D online. Is that? No, it's Oblivion PD just in case. Missile might not get grabbed, which it does not. So it's another 9 mass. Actually, no, it goes for the farther back mechs. And it grabs 9 mass a second there. Maybe he thought it was a little bit too close to that TMD there. But it does grab that one. Eastern side, still nothing too crazy happening. It looks like the forces have actually fell back even more. And looks like units are trying to have a mountain climbing expedition, but they're kind of getting stuck. I don't think there's any actual vector to get through them. I mean, I don't know if you can climb this way. I mean, maybe not. It kind of maybe looks like you can conga line it, but that's so not a great idea because it's all, one by one, and you could just build PD and just fire, and that'd be the end of that. So it would be interesting to see, but I just highly doubt it. Sock full of kids comments about the attack missile comm. Cool dudes inbound with another missile that will get grabbed. It did get shot down. More Team Ds being built. And, yep, there goes the flare, and there goes the missile. So, nice defensive there. And that'll be the protection of everything else on that western side. And we do see Team 1's Cool Dude has started, I think, to notice that, and he's falling back. There is a force starting to coagulate here. A decent amount of obsidians. I think this is not maybe the most I've ever seen, but definitely a decent amount more than you typically see. Usually it's for Aeon T2, it's usually just blazes, but it is nice to see a change of pace one way or the other. And gun almost done here for Legendlord. He's going to go for stealth right after that. No, not yet. And we do see 20% says Shalongdos talking about, there is a nuke started for Team 2's off kilter, so Team 1 has spotted that, and they soon will be building SMDs. T3 started here for Saizon. He might go for Billy Nuke. And he's going for the engineering power first, which I have seen players do that. Usually it's T2 missile, T3 Billy Nuke, but sometimes it's the other way around, or it's the engineering and then it just builds the first missile faster, which it depends if you want to use the missile first and then go to the Billy Nuke versus just going straight for the Billy Nuke. I think it's probably faster to just go T2, T3, and then tac missile, and then Billy Nuke after that. Stealth started for Legendlord. We do see Team 2's now attacking Team 1. And that's again with an Aeon Sniper tanky tank in the form of Sock full of kids. He's still regenning, but again, he has 25,000 hit points in shield capacity, so he's at 36,000 total. No veterancy for him yet. We do see a couple of flapjacks that he's waiting to devour. We do see Team 1 PD being built. We have T2 PD being built now. We have, again, mobile attack missiles inbound from Team 2, it looks like, as well, from these nice little even songs. And Sock full of kids is now starting to blip away at a couple of pillars. Nice grab there. He's almost up to first star vet because of that as well. Shield is starting to fall. And really, there's not a lot of other action anywhere else on the map. But there is a nice little grouping of Percys online. Not necessarily a charge of them, but almost on a full charge. We do see cool dudes walking out trying to soak up a little bit of those shots. Shields are down, at least for that parashield. This shield is down as well. And obsidians are inbound. You might as well just rush and try to wipe out as much as you can. It will give him some veterancy for Cool Dude. He's up to 4 stars now, almost at 5. Overcharge almost wipes out a couple more tanks, makes them easy targets. We do see Percy's inbound now for Cool Dude, and we have active backlash inbound from the east. And so Sock full of kids will eliminate this quantum expedition for Team 1 as well. But we'll see how fast he retreats, because once he sees active, that might just be a, I gotta go home now, bye, kind of mode. Just trying to see, yep, that nuke is online. Does Team 1 have SMDs in place yet? Ooh, there's one there, I see it. And there's one there. And nothing down there. They might try to target something on the front line, but they might try to swing for the fences and get something in the back line. Cool Dude drops into the yellow. He is on nano, so he's at 80 hit points a second. Missile inbound. Will it miss? It will miss, but he wasn't going for him. He was going for, looks like some units in the back line. Maybe he's trying to go after those even songs from Sock full of kids. Sock full of kids thinking about reclaiming and goes, it's probably not the best idea. It'll allow Team 1 to catch up to him. Yeah, he's not completely falling back yet. There's a couple of 250s that he definitely wants to grab before he goes home. We have a nice little soothsayer online for active backlash. This is what Team 1 can see. They can see a huge section of that, and it just barely came online, so they know where both Composite and Sock full of kids' comms are. There's no hiding that. We do see SMD is halfway loaded, and SMD is halfway loaded. So those western and northeastern bases should be fine. We do see not Composite, but Sock full of kids is falling back. Looks like, is that T3 mobile artillery online? thought I saw a trebuchet or two. At least I thought I saw that. Maybe it was just the missile. Yeah, it's probably just the missile. Missile constantly raining in from Team 1. Ooh, barely misses. Grabs and says, absolutely not. You were not reclaiming. Oh no, there's a demolisher. There it is. Okay. So it looks like artillery, but it could be a missile. I don't think the missile has that big of an AoE splash in terms of the visual. And how's the nuke loading? It's half loaded. Team 2 is off kilter, putting everything he has into that thing. And Team 1's SMDs are loaded pretty much, and it will probably be loaded by the time Team 2 fires. 40% done, says Namplam. Talking about, is there a second nuke or something, or is he building something? No. Oh, he's talking about Monkey maybe. Team 1, Squealer going from Monkey Lord in the middle of the map next to the SMD. That's actually not a bad place because it's protected. And we do see Active continue to just keep Team 2 back. They don't want the Recom to fall into Team 2's hands. They want it since, Cool Dude built most of it. Nice, nobody helps with the SMD, says Namplam. I mean, he is going to have that loaded by the time that nuke fires, but he's thinking about just, hey, this is an impending issue. Team 1 definitely knows where it is, of course, even if the stealth field is there. They just don't know about all the units there. And that will soon be loaded to fire. I don't know if Team 2 is going to fire it immediately. And Snipe SMD says off kilter, but there's 2 shielding here. If Team 2 has SMDs, but strats, I don't see them. There are some Corsairs running around. Maybe that's what they're talking. Nope, that's from Team 2. And those Corsairs are now dealt with. That's not enough to crack 2 sets of shielding, especially with AA now starting to be made. So we'll see if Team 2 alphas another bombing run before the nuke is launched or not. Western side still action between Cool Dude and active backlash against Team 2's Aeon forces, but we do see some Percy starting to be added to the mix, and now that there's a little bit more T3 action, we do see Team 2's forces are starting to slowly fall back. We see some PD being built, again helping encourage Team 2 to go home. Go home, the movie's over, go home. Off kilter has nano and gun. His nuke is loaded. Is it going to fire? Is it going to fire? No, it's not going to fire. Not as of yet. And composite falling back as well. Still no action on this eastern side. Just really nothing. Oh, okay. Of course I just zoom away and then that happens. SMD is going to be loaded in time. Nice grab there from Cool Dude. It will be shot down. Fat Boy is also almost done and is done. And that'll definitely help kick out Team 2 once again from this western side. T2 mexes are rebuilt. They are upgrading to T3s now. I don't know if that's worth the upgrade at this point. You might as well cancel them. Again, Talkful Kids does have 25,000 hit points and shielding plus 14,000. Team 1 is falling back a little bit, but they could actually crack that position if they really wanted to. There's some PD there. There's artillery being made now, but I think they're maybe more worried about Cool Dude being hit. And of course, SMD fires, shoots down the nuke, and has its first kill of the game. T3 being built on Namplam's comm to the northeast. And we actually see Squealer underneath shielding in active backlash's base, which is interesting. Another SMD online for him underneath some nice little T3 ED4 shieldings. And that is being half loaded, just passively, nothing, assisted, just, in the background. With this Fat Boy online, Team 2 does have a couple of artillery pieces being built. It might be enough to keep Team 1's T4 unit back, but maybe not. Miasma slowly eating away at all of those hit points. It doesn't last very long, but it does do a decent amount of damage once it does, drop and then, essentially corrosive away or corrodes away that metal. We do see SMBs being built in the rear guard airsoft bases. Love to see that. Is there another one over here? No, but there is one a little bit further front just to protect this base and this base. I wish there's one back here, but in the earlier game part, we were just trying to get something online to protect as much as possible. It is nice to see that extra coverage. And Team 1, there is an SMB back there. Love to see that. It's already loaded. T3 artillery already almost done for Shalong. There's nobody is saying, nope, we just want this game to end, and we're going to just make it happen. T3 X is not looking too hot. The shielding on that Fat Boy is almost down. The shielding around everything else here is down, and looks like the shielding is being targeted first. That way they don't regen and annoy the Fat Boy's artillery again. And we do see a couple of those engineers just scouring the battlefield. Yep. And that frontline base for Team 2 is now up in smoke and ashes and whatever else. Not a lot of air fights that I've seen, but I've been focusing on it too much. They probably have happened. But we do see a lot of ASFs over here from Team 2's Saison. He's getting a huge air grid online. Actually, I think that actually is, I think, bigger than Legend Lore's. Really spam that up real quick. Fat Boy online for him as well. Microload online, we have T3 mobile artillery. Awesome. Where is that coming from? Is that right here? Oh, they're right here. The Serenities hanging out. Shooting at some AA and shielding emplacements and whatnot. We do see Monkey Lords online is moving by itself. No AA coverage, no other bricks or loyalists or anything, just hanging out. It's probably going to get wiped out by Team 2. There are a decent amount of harbingers here. There's also sniper bots that are going to help a decent amount as well. I think Squither's like, yeah, it's probably not worth it. T3 mexes, I don't know if they paid themselves off at that point. Maybe they barely did, maybe they didn't. But he got a little bit more mass out of them. And the last mex will be taken offline. These mexes have been just constantly back and forth. We do see a little bit of an air. Oh, I think those were spy planes, actually, not ASFs. Artillery is now online for Team 1's Shalongdis. And he is missing one. I do like the stealth field generator. I do like that. He's missing one critical element of shield. Shield, 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 shields. And, of course, as always, shields. Tac Nuke started here for Nam Plan. We do see some Corsairs sniping at that Fat Boy. That's going to be enough to kill him. And Team 1's definitely going to have to rush over to get some reclaim. Team 2 might try to push in immediately to try to deny that. We do see a GC and a Fat Boy now online for Team 2's Sock Full of Kids. And at 27 minutes, almost 28 minutes on the clock, Team 1 and Team 2 have not lost a player yet. So there is that to consider. Everybody is still alive. Ras being built on Cool Dude's comm. He traded that out for the missile, I think. No, it's his right gun. Or right arm. I always think it's the middle. But I hate that Cybrans are in the middle. Anyway, T3 artillery. Where is that? Oh, it's going for the air grid. Shields are being built. We have a satellite started, so UVF doing UVF things. Ooh, nice grab there. Kills off a ton of build power. Look, it's landing on the shielding now. That's not fun for Team 2. He's got to get more shielding on that thing. Shielding is now, it's barely online. But Team 1 is zoned in on that satellite if they know it's there. Now, it could be just a happy, it's just a happy accident. But they're going to definitely be happy about that. We see more shielding is being built. P-gen hits there. It's not super cascadey because it's a 2x2. This is a little bit more cascadey, but once it gets to here, it's not terrible. It will kind of cut the air grid in half, though, which isn't that bad. But we do see Team 2 right down the middle and actually hooks east. GC inbound. We have tons of Percy's inbound. And this eastern front, like I said, this front has been sitting there just untouched for a while. We have lots of Team 1 PD, and those units from Team 2 are just full sending it. They don't even care. Soothsayer would be a great target. We have a chicken inbound as well from off kilter. His nuke should already be reloaded by now. And western side GC tries to push back Team 1. Team 1 says, I mean, we get that because you killed the Fat Boy. But Team 2, Saison, whoa, okay. Even Control Kate, that's... hold on. What? Something about... wants to resume. We're trying to desync this now because Nam just went artillery. Guess this is only no one answer. It's because of you. Looks like someone's annoyed about artillery. And looks like Team 2 Saison Control Ks. Don't know if he just doesn't like the game anymore or whatever, but he leaves the game. It's now a 5v4. I don't count that as a kill just because it happened by either just he wanted to leave or a connection issue, one or the other. It's just not a kill as I count it, but it's still a departure nonetheless. GC over here to the east. The chicken is being focused first. We have tons of Autumns now intercepting the Percy's and other units from Team 1's Namplam. Is that Namplam? Yeah, that's Namplam. And chicken is gonna die. I think might get singed by that ion storm. I don't know though. T2PD just built like, you know, what's going out of style. Ion Storm right on top of the GC. That's never fun. It looks like that crab is actually perfectly fine. GC walks up and says hi. I don't think it actually needed to do that, but it's going to probably regret the decision. It's at 3-star vet as well. Crab's at 1-star vet. It'll probably get close to 2 before it's over, unless it will get to 2. Oh, Ion Storm gets a little bit closer for a second. Oh, it actually might be fine. Team 1's going to be eating good tonight with all that reclaim. Fat Boy and Crab are falling back because of the Fat Boy from Team 2. Team 2 still hasn't reclaimed it yet, but they can. We have air over here to the northwest from Team 2's Legend Lord, really putting that air power to use. Don't know what they were targeting, but don't really know what they were targeting. I don't know if that was a misclick or not. I have no idea. Now artillery raining in on the air grid. This section of air grid already dead. T3 air quarters is still alive. Of course, this air grid down here is fine for now. Nuke, how are you looking? You are half loaded for a second. And Fat Boy has a ton of shielding. Love to see it. Look at all of it. Look at it all. I do prefer the parashield shielding, but just because you can see it a little bit through it a little bit better. But the crab is down. This Fat Boy is being pushed back by this Fat Boy. 1-star vet to 2-star vet. But it's all the shielding is mainly the focus. And I don't think the Fat Boy is actually shooting at the other Fat Boy. So actually that Fat Boy shielding is down. Engineers reclaiming now. Lots of air just constantly circling over here. We have Legend Lord over here in the zone where Saizon's comm went boom. We do see Billy Nuke is inbound from Team 1's Namplam. Don't know where it's... Oh, it's going for here, I would imagine. This is where a Loyalist or 2 would be nice. Nuke here says Legend Lord talking about this. The SMD is loaded, so that's not going to work unless he tries to shoot low. But there's the Billy Nuke. Crash lands on the shielding. It looks... Actually, maybe the shielding looked down. No, because that would have died. But the shielding is now offline. Another Billy Nuke will wipe out most of that stuff there. Nuke is inbound. It will get shot down. And they definitely scouted that, I thought. Yeah, they definitely know the SMD is there. Teledefense says Shalongdus. Team 2 does have 1 Siren Commander in the form of Legend Lord. Team 1 has 3. So lots of Teledefense probably going to be coming online for Team 2. We have AA. We have Omni Sensor. We have SMD. No PD as of yet, but this would be a nice place to just hole up, get some shielding, and cover everybody all at once. Oh, right next to that T3 T3 mechs, and there's another section of that frontline base dead. We have a crab slowly coming in. The Billy Nuke is the nice opening act, and then the Megalith is the star attraction. We have T3 gunships stacking up, and I have an idea of where they're going. But first, they might go for the Megalith, and that Megalith is heavily damaged already. It's not going to make it home by any means. That was the 2-star vet one that, you know, held off against the chicken and the GC attack, but yeah, that didn't work. ASFs are inbound, and that's just gonna be a wipe. Another Billy Nuke lands in that base again. That's number 3, just ripping that thing apart. And a little bit of an air fight between Team 1 and Team 2. I think Team 2 is going to win that fight hand over fist, just because the Whalers are assisting, as well as just the number of ASFs for Team 2 is definitely higher just on visual, but there's probably still about 100 or so left at this point. We have 50 for Wasps, 25 for Gemini, so 75. But still, it's a lot of, a lot of ASFs to have, especially with the Whalers as well. Another Billy Nuke is inbound. Shielding is online. Lots of hives that they can assist with. Love to see that. If you could fit another shield there, it would be nice. You probably might be able to. And maybe that Myrmidon's in the way. Gunships are charging in. Don't know where they're going. I don't know if they're trying to snipe Namplam's comm or not, but I don't think that's going to work. Nope. And Team 1 has the AA game just in spades. They have mobile and stationary AA everywhere. We have the AA here. There's 19 of them online. And then for Squealer, we have a decent amount of AA as well. And then, of course, we have the mobile AA in the Cougar department as well from Namplant. So Team 2 just got raked over the coals, and stationary AA nearby as well. So tons of AA. I kill the artillery. Says Team 2's Legend Lord. Looks like that's going to be his goal. And the satellite was never finished. It was destroyed. And Donut's coming online for sock full of kids. So Team 2, again, they're trying to go for the air. They lost pretty much all, not all the ASFs, but a huge portion of it. Looks like the artillery is now targeting the air grid for Legend Lore. And it's not bad. He's upgrading the ED4s and the ED5s. Looks like they started at ED1s. How's the Nuke looking? Second Nuke. Actually, no, he did launch that other Nuke. That's right. So he's launching maybe soon. There's a lot of SMD coverage, though, so probably not. Blue Nuke's going to land right on top of that shielding. I think the chicken might take some damage from that. None of the units are dead, which is kind of surprising. And those units get pushed back. Team 1's probably going to try to keep Team 2 at arm's length as much as possible. We have another force of GC and Harmingers inbound. T2 artillery from some Gunthers nearby. Yep, Gunthers are being made. And again, Team 1 has the visual. They have the suits there. Is it not online? It definitely could be online. It looks like it's powered off. Oh, that's why. He has no power. That makes way more sense. But at 35 minutes on the clock, Team 1 has 5 players left. Team 2 has 4 players left. They lost size on to a control K, whether it was intentional or not. In terms of eco, Team 1, 2,000, Team 2, 2.3, and that Nuke killed a ton of units off around that GC. It might even prompt the GC to fall back. But let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Artillery is online for Team 2, and the Nuke has been launched, so take that into your calculations. Thanks so much for watching to this point in the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of the other YouTube things that YouTube loves to see as well. Nuke is inbound to the eastern side. It's going to land. Oh, no. That's a lot of Percy's dead. Ooh. And Team 2 is gearing up for an attack as well. There's 3 chickens. Oh, no. There's no way you can move those units in time to get out of range. That's still going to be a lot of dead units. Whoops, says Namplay. I'm talking about the Nuke. And Megawith is definitely not in a good way. 3 chickens are moving in to intercept. Nuke is now at 57,000 mass killed, and a chunk of the air grid is dead for Team 2's Legend Lord. Donut is online hanging out. And there's the chicken. The crab just kind of has to sit there. There's either it does some damage or does no damage. And that eastern side is definitely not looking good. We have engineers moving in. Looks like they're going to build some PD here from some long disc. Does he have another artillery starting to be brewing? No. I mean, he has to be the recipient of artillery for Team 2. No, it looks like they're targeting the satellite. Do they know about the satellite? They do not know about the satellite. They're just targeting this base first for whatever reason. You would think they would target the artillery, but no. Anyway, we have some bricks trying to keep Team 2's forces back and actually keep them contained because that Nuke is inbound. And it should be, yep, there it is. Going to land right in front. We have EMP also embedded in the SACUs. Boom, wipes out a chunk of those Autumns. And so now it just leaves the bricks and the SACUs to deal with the rest of them and then can focus on the chickens. The chickens cannot be EMP'd. We have missiles raining in as well. Donut is inbound. There's not that many forces on the ground from Team 1, bar like a couple of bricks left. There's still 3 chickens. That is a lot of firepower to contend with still. And looks like Team 2, noticing the wounding of Team 1, is now moving their GCs in. GC has a hard time trying to mountain climb there. We have 2 GCs that way, 1 GC that way. I actually like that idea of splitting them up. You don't have them concentrated in one location. ASF's going after the Donut. Donut is taking significant damage. Its shielding is already down. And the Donut is dead. It does land on Team 2's side of the map, though, so there is that to consider. The reclaim will go to Team 2. Chickens focusing on the crab. We have GC soon to be inbound. That chicken will die. That chicken might die. We have Percy's inbound from the east as well. From Namplam, we have a couple of bricks being vacuumed up by the GCs. Ion Storm activates. Might want to keep those Percy's back just a little bit, but too late now. They've already been given the orders, and they're going to be singed. Some rogue Aeon's going to get into their control systems and cause crazy things to happen. Awasa Bomber online. Killed off 0.1 mass. Killed 1 unit. 0.1 K mass, I should say, not 0.1 mass. That'd be not even worth mentioning if it was 0.1 mass. GC just being tickled to death by some T2 Cerberus. But you see that SMD is in danger. Lots of flak, lots of cougars. They can attack ground units. They are not cybering. And GCs are now just rolling in. The chickens are dead, though, so Team 2 has lost the chickens, but they've continued to push in with the GCs. And that chicken, Ion Storm. Don't walk straight into that. That is not a good idea. Looks like the GCs are like, yeah, it's probably fair. GC is almost dead. This GC is almost dead. We're really working out on that thing. The Percy's in the hands of that one, targeting that one. And now we have that GC is dead. Billy Nuke's going to land it. If they can keep the GCs here, it would be great, but I don't think they'll stop moving. Unless it's a short travel time for that Billy Nuke. It won't reach that one. It might singe its feet. It does do a little bit of damage to it. And actually, maybe it helped kill off that Percy in his hands. But that GC is still alive. We have Percy's just slowly moving in ones by twos, but that might actually be enough. Whalers over the top as well. Oh, it's closing in on 3-star vet. Nope, not enough. That front line, for the most part, not as bad as I thought it would be for Team 1. We have Strop Bombers over the top as well from Team 1. Shalongus to assist. 2,000 damage per drop payload. And of course, Whalers constantly doing damage. Bricks coming in from behind. GC's now at 1-star vet, closing in on 2. And no sign of ASFs yet from Team 2 to intercept those, I was going to say destroyers, but those bombers. We do see artillery from Team 1's west side. Is that the same artillery installation? Looks like that's the same one. Satellite online for Team 1. Second one has been started for Cool Dude. And looks like it's targeting this position. Hopefully it doesn't get the Alpha. That would suck to lose it to artillery strikes. And southwest satellite over top of Team 2's base for Legend Lore from, who's that? Is that from Namplan? So 2 satellites online for Team 1. And we have counter artillery targeting Namplam himself. I don't know who he's targeting, but we do see that GC has finally been dealt with, but definitely a big hole for Team 1 to he's stopped dodging. So he is targeting Namplam's comm. And lots of reclaim on the map, currently sitting at 270,000, enough to build anything in the game and then some. And that's why it's very difficult to shoot anything with T3 artillery, because the unit can, if you're targeting something that can move, it can move, and it's harder to shoot. So we have 2 T3 artilleries being built. This one probably should just be finished first. He's at almost 8,000 hit points. This one's at 2. Actually, if we put all of that mass into this one would be done. But that's just my opinion. Looks like he's going to build another one. Actually, maybe he tried to build one there, and it got canceled or something. Who knows? Or maybe he had an air facility there or something, but he swapped it out. Tons of T2PD just in case. Lovely to see that. More shielding being built. Also lovely to see that. Legend Lore still alive for Team 2. Did he just say can't touch me? He just Oh, that got killed off. That's unfortunate. Was it destroyed by ASFs? Those almost look like Corsairs, but they're not. Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, most definitely. Something killed something. That is unfortunate for Team 2. But hey, the reclaim is there. So there's that artillery landing in on Sockville Kids' base. T3 artillery also, and then that's the yellow dots I'm seeing is from Team 2. It looked like it was from Team 1 in that direction, but I guess not. Looks like it's targeting the satellites. Cool to getting some more engineering drones to assist. Oh, those E-storages went down. That's unfortunate. A little bit of power for Team 1. And Megawith inbound. It's 1v1. This Megawith's already taken a ton of damage. Strat Bomber's going to say, no, thank you. We already have enough of whatever you're trying to sell us, and if we don't need it, we don't need it. And we have bombers inbound as well. It's just, that's going to be a reclaim for Team 1. Team 1 has a gold mine right there. We have gunships also over the top. ASS moving in to deal with those right now. Western side's kind of just now the eastern side that it once was. The western side's just there existing, and the eastern side's where all the action's happening. It's kind of just swapped. And satellites focusing on the artillery. They're keeping it online. Second artillery piece still being built. We still have the artillery down here for Team 2. There's only one of them. I thought there was going to be a second one. But we had T2 and T3 pigeons mixed in there. The nuke is still being loaded. 59,000 mass in climbing in terms of killed off. It's killed off 153 units. That's a lot of units. And it's almost done with its second. I'm kind of surprised no one's trying to go for a game ender somewhere. At first, you don't succeed with the nuke. Just build a bigger nuke. I feel like that's the Seraphim model. But artillery is here for Team 1. There's that game ender I was talking about. There it is. It's already half done. Scathis is coming online. So we have 1 artillery, 2 artillery, 3, not even 3 artillery. This one might even finish before this one at any rate. It's slowing down a little bit. We have explosions somewhere. Where's that explosion? Was it over here? No? Oh, no, they have Scathis, says Shalungdis. What? They do? Where? Oh, right here. Look at that. Scathis is online. Nice placement for Legend Lore. I didn't even notice it because it's not where you would think it is, and that's a good spot to put stuff. It's where your opponent doesn't think you'll put stuff, and if you want to hide something from the caster, perfect place to do that. Scathis shielding, not very great. Oh, that might be the win for Team 2. I mean, maybe. It's not a for sure thing, but it does help. Ooh, it's not super great. Scathis is still going. And that satellite's going to get over top and see it. There's a lot of shielding here. There's a suits there for vision. And just straight up intelligence. Thanks says composite. What is he? What did he say? Oh, UEF T3, please. And then composite says thank you. We do see Fat Boy pushing in a little bit. Now the west side's starting to be active a little bit. East side, it's posturing back and forth. Maybe a Billy says sock full of kids. The only person who has Billy would be Sizon, but he's dead, so no. That's unfortunate. For Team 1. Or sorry, for Team 2, not for Team 1. Artillery here. Artillery is now done. Artillery is almost done. Ooh, shielding's not looking too hot there. Nuke is inbound. What is it? Oh, it's... Okay, well, if a Billy doesn't work, you could go for its bigger cousin and just go for a regular nuke. That also works. Fat Boy is down, but that's a lot of dead Percys, though. They're engaging. Tons of Team 1 first, just flooding the zone. Oh, where's that nuke exactly going to land? The reclaim is dead. I know that 110%, but there's going to be a lot of dead Percys here in a moment. Oh, it goes a little bit further back than I thought, but they should clip out to there. Yeah, look at that. Kaboom! Wipes out almost about a charge of Percys. That's a couple charges for sure for Team 1. And now we have everything targeting that Scathis. Team 1's artillery here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 artilleries plus, well, that Novax is dead, so 1 satellite. And shielding is falling. Satellite over Tongue Smoke going to wipe out all of the, everything else. Well, there's only so much you can do against 4 artillery pieces. So, 4 T3 artillery pieces is a lot, to be fair. It really is. Scathis is coming online for Team 1. Mavor up. Mavor up. What? No, they built a Mavor too? Where? Where did you build said thing? Where did you... What? I don't... What? What are you talking about, Mavor? Where? I don't see it on Team 1. Scathis is dead? Ooh, that's super close. We have land forces inbound. They're going in for that base. Sockful Kid's not looking too hot. Scathis being built in the background. Another nuke's online for Team 2 because why not? Awasa Bomber slowly starting. I have no idea. Oh, okay. He actually... No, he didn't say anything about Mabel being up. But this base here for Team 2, Sockful of Kids, is no longer really there. Ooh, that's a lot of AoEs. Ooh, that's a lot of mass dead for Team 2. That's gotta hurt. He's still alive, though. To be fair, he has that shielding. It's gonna help out a lot. Scathis is still alive. I have no idea what he means by Mavor up. Is he like talking about we should do a Mavor? Still have no idea what he meant by that. Somebody in the comments probably knows. But Sockful Kid's still alive. GC's chasing down the remnants of the force from Team 1. But they did their job. They took out the artillery installation. And now it's just launch as many stuff as you can. There is still that T3 artillery down here for Legend Lore. And we have crabs running around. Again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artillery pieces now if you count the Scathis. 46 minutes and climbing in the game. Are they going to try to... No, doesn't look like they're trying to try to rebuild. Well, I did have mine up first, says Legend Lore. That is true. He did have his up first. That is correct. We have 4 monkeys, 3 chickens, a GC. We have 3 GCs over there. A Fat Boy. Team 2 has a lot of T4 units. What are they targeting? Well, that T3 Mex is dead, so if they wanted that one dead, they have that done. But Mexes are being assassinated by the satellite. I don't know. Well, looks like they might be target. Maybe they should just focus all the artillery on one target and then just go target base. It's that sometimes that happens where one player on the team just gets all of the artillery, just all of it. So they're like, okay, I want to target this. And they're like, okay, this is now dead. All of the artillery target this now. That's now dead. Move on to the next target. And it kind of, sometimes it helps special level of for SAT users plus his active backlash as he builds his own. He says, hey, come on, I got UEF. Oh, you did satellite thing. Satellite, you know, UEF doing your things. It's Billy, Sats, and Fat Boys. I mean, so build maybe. I only built one. What do you mean you built one? Where? Oh, we're talking about satellite. Only one. Artillery is down for Team 2. Nuke is sailing overhead. That other secondary nuke launching silo is gone. And, oh, it's going to kill off a lot more Perseus. Lots of dead Perseus on this eastern side for Team 1. Boom. That's a lot of dead units still. And Nuke is 126,000 mass killed. That's very nice. Very, very nice to see that. Billy Nuke lands on top of GCs. And Team 2 not finally recalls, but we can kind of see the way that the game was going at that point. Team 1 wins it. They had a flawless game. Nobody died. And actually, we almost had a... Was that active backlash? Oh, they just control K because they could. Okay. Because I'm like, but they just wanted to because the game was already over at that point. But I don't count their deaths. Those don't count. But anyway, Team 1 wins the game. Very much a kind of an... Everybody did a decent job. There was really no standout players. We had artillery from pretty much everybody. I mean, we had a lot of leisure time over here on this eastern side, but that was from both teams, though. Good pushing on the western side from both teams. I mean, it pretty much just came down to artillery. It's just how much can one team build and how much can they inflict on the other. But I will note about Legend Lord, nice placement, though, of the Scathis. I didn't notice it. And after it was done, Team 1 took a second to figure out where it was. Once they did, they killed it, but it still got built without relatively any issue. So nice job there. They just needed, I mean, they had a decent amount of shielding, but when you have 4 artillery pieces and a satellite just constantly bombarding you, it's just not very, you just need a lot of assistance. And I think at that point they were focusing on building and not assisting. And maybe they could have switched over, but it was a lot of rounds landing from Team 1. But let me know down in the comments who you think deserves MVP. Again, I don't really know who really gets it for this match, but thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, like I said, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see all of you in the next one.